Hey, hope everybody's doing okay. So I've been gone from BMT for about maybe 4 months. So I'm going to try to do this impromptu class. It's going to be a drill class. We'll say it's a right face class. You're going to hear a lot of things that I put in there. And I always try to reach the trainee. I try to give them more information so they're successful. So I try to show the trainees that I care, and I try to show the evaluator that I care by adding these little things in there so that they are successful. So I try to stay away from instructor preference and tradition. A lot of people want to just do it the way they were taught in MTIS, or they just want to get in and get out. I have a little bit more passion, so here we go. Good morning, my name is Matt Sergeant Linder. I'm going to be your instructor for this next block of instruction. But before I get started, I want to practice some risk management right now, and I want to identify a risk right now. So is there anybody on a prolonged standing waiver, a drill waiver, or a bed rest waiver? No one? That means that everybody can participate safely in this block of instruction. I want you to imagine being on your cell phone from a standing position, and then somebody calls your name 90 degrees to the right, and you just turn your body to meet the greeting. Has anybody ever done that before? All right, put your hands down. I'm glad, because believe it or not, you almost did an Air Force drill movement. Now, let me tell you why this class right here is so vitally important. It's because this class is going to allow you to see your parents on time. This is going to allow you to become a warrior airman on time. So allow me to help you get that one step closer to being embraced by your family and getting that airman's coin in your hand to symbolize your transition from trainee to airman. The class I'm going to teach you today is right face. Now, your mission, your goal, or your objective is, without reference, you are going to perform drill movements all command with no more than 2 attempts per movement. Now, let me tell you what this objective means. You see, in the 5th week of training, I'm going to give you something called a drill progress track. This is your graduation standard, and right face is one of those things that are in your way. And we're going to kill this drill movement. And you're not going to need 2 attempts. No, you're going to do it right the first time, because you're going to practice the core value of excellence in all we do. So let's go. Now, in order for you to meet this objective, I got some learning outcomes that I need you to crush. Your first learning outcome is you need to understand the 2 requirements of the right face. And you need to be able to execute this on command. Now, when I hear execute on command, it reminds me of supported foundation of competency, of decision making. Decision making is making well-informed, effective, and timely decisions. So that's what we need to do in all drill movements, but especially this one right here. Your second supported foundation of competency is accuracy. Or I'm sorry, precision. Precision is paying attention to the order, accuracy, or quality of a product. Now, if you hear a number like 45, pay attention, because that means precision. If you hear another number like 22 and a half, pay attention. We have some military terminologies that I need you to listen to too. For example, heels on line. You need to know what that means. And also smartly. Now, the reason why I'm giving you these learning outcomes, because learning outcomes are what you expect to achieve as a result of this lesson study time and application. And achieving these learning outcomes will promote the development of decision making and precision, so you can smash any objective here in BMT. So let me tell you what we're going to cover. We're going to cover a real life demonstration. I'm going to show you what this right face looks like with the commands coming from me. And then I'm going to give you those requirements necessary for you to be able to do this drill movement. Remember, that's our first learning outcome. And then I'm going to give you the instructions, or I'm going to give you those commands and the instructions step by step. And then for all my tactile learners out there, the ones that need to do something in order to understand, I got you. We're going to practice 2 tools. We're going to combine them together, called Coach Pupil and By the Numbers. And then I'm going to tell you what went right and what went wrong. And then I want to give you some exercise, things that you can do in your normal everyday activities to perfect this drill movement. Now, what kind of instructor would I be if I didn't demonstrate this drill movement for you using the Air Force core value of excellence in all I do? At this time, I represent all trainees in the flight at the same time with absolutely no exceptions. Pay attention now to the lower half of my body as I execute this drill movement. So I do the right face. Now I'm going to give you another view. This time I'm going to give you a side view. I still represent all trainees in the flight at the same time with absolutely no exceptions. But this time, I want somebody to raise their hand and tell me what my hands do the entire time. Where are my hands the entire time? Here we go. So I do the second count, and I'm going to ask a question. Hey, trainee, right there, what did my hands do the entire time? And hopefully the trainee says, hey, your hands stayed at your side the whole time. I'm going to be like, hey, this trainee over here said that my hands stayed at my side the entire time, and I want you to keep that in mind because we're going to be talking about that a little bit later. Before I can actually text somebody on my cell phone, I have to be able to do something. There are some things that are required before I can even send that text. Can anybody help me out? What would you need in order to send a text? I might hear that a trainee says, you gotta pay a bill. Okay? This trainee over here said pay a bill. Anybody else? You gotta turn the phone on. This trainee over here said you gotta turn the phone on. And hopefully report same has come out. If not, correct with candor. What about you? You gotta pull up your text app. Okay, so pull up the text app with a report same, of course. All right, great. And all those things are requirements in order for you to be able to text a message. Well, I got requirements for you in order for you to do this drill movement properly, and this is your first learning outcome. You got to understand this. So here we go. Your first learning outcome is that you got to understand those two requirements. So your first requirement is you're halted at the position of attention. So even halted at the position of attention has its own requirements. What angle are my feet? Does anybody remember what angle my feet are at the halted at the position of attention? Okay, this trainee over here said that the angle of my feet are 45 degrees. Oh, I hear a number. It reminds me of the supported foundation of compensated precision. Remember that. Your feet must be at 45 degrees when you're halted at attention. Remember that. Now, if I take away half of that 45, what do I get? This trainer over here said 22.5 degrees. Brilliant. Another precision. So you got to understand that each foot always creates a 22.5 degree off the center line of my body when I'm at attention. So remember that, because it's going to be very, 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 very important as I instruct. I don't want it to be the first time you hear 22.5 degrees. Heels on line when you're halted at attention means that if my heels are touching a wall, they're touching the wall at the same time. My heels are even. Heels on line, heels even. And then if you hear the terminology of smartly, it just means the most direct path. So in other words, don't wind up and try to do any erratic moves. Just bring it together, and you're going to see when I explain it in a minute. Your second requirement is you must do this at a cadence of quick time. Cadence of quick time is defined as 100 to 120 steps or beats per minute. So kind of like that alarm clock back at home, or the bus backing up, boop, boop, boop. That's approximately the cadence of quick time. And I'm also going to call these commands also at the cadence of quick time. The commands you're going to receive are the preparatory command of right and the command execution of face. Upon receiving the preparatory command or the mental thinking command of right, you're going to mentally prepare yourself. On the command and execution of face, this is a 2-count drill movement. To execute count 1 of this drill movement, you will slightly raise the toes of your right and the heel of your left. Keep your legs straight but not stiff. You will pivot 90 degrees to the right, assisted by slight pressure on the ball of the left foot. And you will place your right foot 22.5 degrees on the center line of your body. Let me pause right here. Let me help you out. A technique that I use is make sure your right foot, when you do this drill movement, isn't straight ahead. It's a little bit to the right to make sure that you get that 22.5 degrees off the center line of your body. And then I'm going to show that first count. Your upper body remains at the position of attention throughout the drill movement. To execute count 2 of this drill movement, you will bring your left heel together with your right heel so that your heels are on line and your feet form a 45-degree angle, and you will do this smartly. And remember, smartly. Let me show you what some trainees do when you don't do it smartly. Watch what I do. They'll wind up. Do not wind up. Most direct path, do it smartly. Show the second count, go to position of attention. My body is now back at the position of attention. Hope I didn't confuse anybody with that. It's the first time I've done this in 4 months. Hey, so do I have any questions? Well, I got questions for you. We had 2 learning outcomes. We had to understand the 2 requirements of the right face. How many of you can remember the first learning outcome? Now, I'm going to give you a clue. Did I say hold to that attention or march in that attention for the right face? Raise your hand. Sergeant, trainee, whatever, post order. You said hold to the attention. Good. Hold to the attention. Bam. Good. Does anybody remember the cadence? The cadence of what time is synonymous with fast, but it starts with a Q. The cadence of what time? Sergeant, trainee, whatever, post order. It's the cadence quick time. Okay, this trainee over here said the cadence quick time. Outstanding. Now we understand the 2 requirements. Outstanding. That was what we needed to achieve right there. Boom. How many of you like to take something apart to put it back together to better understand how something works by show of hands? Fantastic. Well, I like to do that as well, and I'm going to do this to this very drill whip. We have a tool called By the Numbers. By the Numbers is an informational command used to take a 2-count drill movement so it can be performed 1 count at a time. The commands you're going to hear, or the informational commands you're going to hear, are by the numbers, and then right, and then face. Upon hearing the command execution of face, you will execute only count 1. If you recall, count 1 looks like this, and I show it. I'm not going to stay here all day. We got to do count 2. So you're going to hear another set of informational commands. Ready? 2. Upon hearing the command of execution of 2, you will execute count 2 of the drill movement. If you remember, count 2 looks like this, and I show it. You will continue to do it 1 count at a time until I give you another set of informational commands called without the numbers. At that time, you will execute both counts without any pause in between. So what kind of instructor would I be if I didn't demonstrate this for you using the Air Force core value of excellence in all I do? You need to see what this looks like. So I really want to show you. So here we go. I represent all trades in the flight at the same time with absolutely no exceptions. Pay attention now to the lower half of my body as I execute by the numbers. By the numbers, right face. I show it. Ready? 2. I show it. Now I'm going to show you what without the numbers looks like. I still represent all trains in the flight at the same time with absolutely no exceptions. And then I show it. Boom. All right, everybody stand up. Turn 90 degrees to the right. Now they don't know how to, I'm expecting them not to know how to do right face. So as I size the flight, I'm going to say, turn 90 degrees to the right. I'm going to act like they don't know it. So everybody stand up. Turn 90 degrees to the right. I'm going to give you, get ready. I'm going to give you flight 10 shot. Flight to shot. Cover. Subject got on bearing, Ms. Dorsey, tall, ready for the top, showing forward. They do it. Turn 90 degrees to the right. Subject Dorsey, tall, ready for the top, showing forward. Turn 90 degrees to the left. Cover. Subject got on bearing, Emily Dorsey, tall, ready for the top, showing forward. Okay, good. On a command of dismiss, you're going to double arm extend to your left. As the 4th element is the base file. Dismissed. They dismiss. I make sure they're double arm extend. I'm not in so much of a rush. I'm just going to make sure that I have enough room to go in between everybody. All right, I got one more tool for you. It's called Coach a Pupil. How many of you, by a show of hands, have ever coached anybody in your life to help them achieve an objective? Great. You get another chance to be your wingman's coach. Now, Coach Pupil is a method designed so that we as a team can ensure that everyone's doing the drill movement properly, and it also ensures that you don't make the same mistake. Half of you are going to be my pupils, half of you are going to be my coaches. Pupils, you will respond to my commands. Coaches, you will be at rest, and I will tell you when to step in, what corrections to make, and when to step out. At no time will you ever touch your wingman or another trainee. After some time, we will reverse roles. So first and second elements face each other, third and fourth elements face each other. How many of you do not have a wingman? Oh, perfect. Dorothy, come and be the guide on Bear's wingman. Now, in Coach Pupil, we can have 2 coaches to 1 pupil, but we never want 2 pupils with 1 coach. So at that time, any odd number, I would be their coach and I would give them feedback. All right, at this time, first and third, you will be my pupils. Second and fourth, you will be my coaches. So get ready, pupils. I'm about to put you at attention. Flight, tich-hut. All right, on this very first count, and remember, we're only doing 1 count at a time. Coaches, you will ensure that their upper body remains at the position of attention through count 1 and count 1 only, and you will only make that correction. Now I will give you 5 seconds, and I will give you a countdown on what to look for. And when I tell you to step back, I need you to absolutely be quiet, because I have to ensure that everybody in the flight understands this. So after you make corrections, I will go through and make sure that everybody gets my attention to make sure that they can graduate on time. Okay, by the numbers, right? Hays. Coaches step in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coaches step out. Hey, sir, I don't want you making corrections on their feet. I said just their hands. Just their hands. Everybody pays attention. You understand? Great. All right. Hey, move your right foot to the right a little bit more to create that 22.5. Good, good. Hey, move your hand in the on the seam of your trousers. That your first digit on the first knuckle on the seam of those trousers. Good, good, good. Thumbs on the trousers. Good, 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 good. All right, good. Hey, look straight ahead. Eyes have to be straight forward at the position of attention. Keep going. All right, good. Hey, you did a good job. Good job. Good job. Good, good, good. All right, all right. Here we go. The second count. This time, coaches, what I want you to make sure on the second count is their heels are on line, which means that they're perfectly even. I only make that correction only. Here we go. Red up, 2. Coaches step in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coaches step out. Hey, coaches, by a show of hands, how many of y'all made a verbal correction to make your wingman better? Oh, I see some hands up. Great job. Put your hands down. Okay, on that, from my distance, I saw that you bent your left foot. Remember, you got to keep it straight but not stiff. Don't bend it as you bring it together. Got it? All right. Hey, open up your toes a little bit, you. Okay, good job. Good, good, good. Right there, right there. Okay, hey, move your left heel back. Very good, very good, very good, very good. All right, good, good, good. Go through, go through, go through. All right, remember, we're still doing it by the numbers. I'm not going to keep saying by the numbers. We're going to keep doing it 1 count at a time. That's the informational command. Here we go. Now, on this count, coaches, what I want you to pay attention to, and the only correction I want you to make, is to be sure that their left leg stays straight but not stiff through count 1. And that's it. Here we go. Right, haste. Coaches step in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coaches step out. Coaches step out. How many coaches make corrections on that one? Oh, good. Amazing. Good job. Wingman concept is very, very important. All right. Hey, move your right toe out a little bit, you. All right. Good, good, good. All right. Hey, we're getting better. We're getting better. All right. What I'm noticing is that I'm making a lot of corrections on your 22.5 degrees. Hey, here's another technique that I have. Make sure that your foot your toe, that right toe is never straight ahead. Make sure it's a little angle to the right. So when you bring your left foot or your left heel together with your right heel, you have a possibility of creating that 45 degrees. So don't worry. If this continues, I got great coaching tools to help you with your assignment later on today. Good. Hey, you did good. Hey, get your thumbs on your seam. Hey, look down. You see that seam? You see the seam where it's sewn together? That's where your thumbs need to be. There you go. Good. All right, we're doing a great job. All right, now for ready two, coaches, again, I want you to make sure that their heels are on line. Heels are on line. Here we go. Right up, 2. Coaches step in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coaches step out. Hey, I gave you the command of rest, young man, and you can't move your right foot. I'm bringing all the corrections to you. So at this time, you can see their heel from a distance. So what I mean by step in is like, you can take like a step forward with your left, but not your right foot, sir. Just stay put. They're right there in front of you. You can see. All right, good. All right. Hey, we're getting better on our right. Hey, we're getting better on our 45 degrees. It's good. Good. Okay, good. Hey, young man. Okay, do me a favor. I want you to look down. Okay, the reason why your feet are not at 45 degrees is because your right foot on that 22.5 degrees, your right foot should have been 22.5 degrees. So it's impossible when you bring your left foot together, you'll never be able to create that angle. So you got to create that angle. You understand? Okay, good. Okay, just work on that. You got it. All right, here we go. All right, now we're going to do it without the numbers. So remember, when it's without the numbers, both counts with no pause in between. So I want you to think of like 1, 2, put it together. All right, coaches, what I want you to look for on this is that their hands stayed at the position of attention throughout the entire drill movement. Everybody at the position through the entire drill movement, and this is usually an issue after this class, and I want to kill it now. Here we go. Without the numbers, right? Hays. All right, coaches, step in and give them that verbal correction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coaches, step out, and you're quiet. Good. Go around and I make those corrections, and I'm checking everything. I'm checking the position of attention on without the numbers, basically. And I'm trying to see like a control method. I'll back up a little bit so I can watch to make sure that they're not bending their knee. I'm making sure that they're doing it at the cadence of quick time, like in control. So I'll take another angle. All right, coaches, step out. Last time, I'm not going to say without the numbers. We're doing it. No pausing in between. Now you know what it feels like. You can do it. Here we go. This time, coaches, I want you to make sure that their feet get on that 45-degree angle. Here we go. Right. Hays. Coaches, step in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coaches out. I make all those corrections, and then I reverse roles. Let me go ahead and wrap this class up. All right, so I'll wrap the class up. Hey, y'all did amazing. Y'all killed it. There's some things that I would like to go over to make you better. So let's get the weaknesses out of the way first. Your weaknesses, like I was telling you in that I was making a lot of corrections on the 22.5 degrees. And I was giving you a technique of making sure that your toe, the ball was not straight ahead, but a little bit angled. All right, so the root cause of that is that you weren't rotating your foot enough to create that 22.5 degree angle. It's just what it was. Now, your solution for this is to not only be aware and have that situational awareness, but also to make sure that you purposely do more of a right 22.5 degree angle more. You know, just get that ball that right, more to the right. And I'll tell you what you can do to improve on that so that you can be sure that you're going to kill it in the 5th week of training. Some of the things that you did well is that your hands stay pinned to your, not pinned to your side, your upper body, your upper body remained in the position of attention throughout the drill movement. You want to make lesson plan corrections. And your head and eyes were straight forward. You had that military discipline, and I really, really, really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. So what did we cover today? We covered the right face, and we went over the real life demonstration. Me, maybe that first whole impression. Give you those requirements. We gave you the instructions, the commands, coach people by the numbers. We practiced together as a team.